After you have run the prefabricated recipe for lead qualification, you will notice straight away there are two themes automatically created. So teams work in such a way that you can group some of your agents into different teams and create automation to assign contacts to different teams based on territory assignment. So the first thing, let's go to our teams. Click on your setting, click on theme. Now in this prefabricated recipe, there are two themes, but you can always create more themes or change the configuration of your theme names and label. So let's change the chatbot a bit. Now previously, based on the prefabricated recipe, we have a chatbot that is doing pre-qualification for a real estate agent. It will ask certain questions and then decide based on the purpose of purchase. That means whether the customer is buying this for own stay or buying this as an investment, it will assign this to different sales team, right? Let's change this logic a bit. And instead of a chatbot for property, we will now change it to be a chatbot for insurance. And because of that, let's just say we have a different sales team for different state within the country, okay, for different region in the country. So the first thing I want to do is to change this residence theme to northern region. So this is my sales team in the north, okay. And make sure you take auto assign for this theme. Click on update theme, and I can add the theme as I like. So I'm going to add this 2% here and click on update agents in theme. Click finish. So right now I have my northern sales team, and I'm going to change this now to my central sales team. Central sales team. Again, make sure you take auto assign for this team, and I'm going to assign different individual in this particular sales team, right? Click finish, and I'm going to create a new team, Southern team. Southern sales team, and again I'm going to assign different individual for this particular sales team. So I have three sales team now, right? Now, how do we configure the auto assignment rules for each of these sales team? So let's look at the logic a bit. So how this works is the chatbot will ask a question. Based on the customer response, it will store that reply into a purpose attribute. From this purpose attribute, we have automation that is triggered whenever the purpose attribute is created, and based on the answer, it will assign to the different team, right? So we're going to change this flow now from a division based on sales intent to a division or assignment based on location. So let's look at the chatbot first. First, click on campaign, go to your chatbot flow, and you can see PZ already have created a chatbot for you. Click on it, zoom out a slight bit, and you can see there's this little tiny white box that goes lead delegation. Click on it, and there is an existing card now that is stated as purpose. We're going to change this to location, and we're going to ask this question: where are you currently located? So instead of own stay and investment, we're going to change this now to northern. Northern. Again, please make sure that your label is not more than 16 character, right? Central, central, and I'm going to add an additional button, southern, southern. So this is your button label, and this is what is going to be expressed when your contact click on that label, the quick reply. Click done, done. And once I've changed this, I need to change the corresponding condition box as well. Prior before this, it has only two different answer. So there's only two, right? So we need to add an additional one over here and change this to northern, central, and add one more condition if response equals to text southern. Okay, and you can see previously once a user have clicked on this southern northern, it will store the value into own state into the field purpose. So we're going to change this now to the response, and instead of the custom attribute title purpose, we're going to say sales location or sales territory. Let's call it sales territory, right? We're going to change this over here. Similarly, we're going to change this over here to response and oops, sales territory. So make sure the attribute name for all three actions are the same. We're going to add one more for this as well. Sales territory. So all three actions are the same. I'm going to connect this together. Finally, in the example that is created by the prefabricated recipe, it has a different messages based on each of the selection that the user have selected. So maybe if you want, you can change this as well. So perfect. Our sales team from the north will call you shortly, right? Done. And I'm going to change this from central, and I'm going to add one more as well from the south. We'll call you shortly. Now, in this example, for the sake of simplicity, we have three cards each for each of the region. But if you look at this, you can really actually summarize everything into a single card instead of creating all three, right? But just for the sake of simplicity and ease, we've created it. And now we're going to connect this last node to this thing over here as well. Okay, once you're done, click save. Okay, so if we have taken care of the chatbot, right? Let's recap what we have done. We have now changed the chatbot to ask the contact where are they located. Based on that, we save the user's response into an attribute by the name of sales territory. The next thing that we need to do, go to custom attribute, click on setting, custom attribute, click on contact. We are going to remove this purpose attribute because we're no longer using it. We're going to change a new one, create a new one for sales territory, change this to contact, and for display name, it can be anything that you prefer. But the key has to be the same that we have used in our chatbot, which is sales territory. Just call it where the lead is from, right? Anything you like. Make sure you use text. Click create. So we have changed the chatbot. We have created that custom attribute. The final thing that we need to do is go to automation. Now you can see there is already two existing rule based on the previous logic, which is whenever the purpose is own state assigned to the purpose residential sales team, and whenever the purpose is investment assigned to the investment sales team. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to delete these two. Since we have three teams, we have to create three automation rule. So click on add automation rule, and we're going to call this delegate to not. right? When lead is from not, delegate to not sales team, right? Make sure there are no spaces in the rule name. Um, and for description, write something that helps you understand what actually this automation does, because this will be useful when you have a lot of automation later. For event, change this to contact updated. So whenever the contact is updated, whenever any attribute is created or the value of the attribute is changed, this rule will be triggered. So change this event to contact updated. Change for condition, set status equals to qualify. So it means this rule will only be triggered, or this lead will only be assigned to your sales team whenever it is deemed qualified, because you do not want to assign new or unqualified lead to your sales team, thereby wasting their time, right? You only want to pass the lead to your salesperson once the lead has been deemed qualified by the chatbot. Add an additional condition, and here we choose sales territory. If you notice, earlier on we have three buttons: northern, central, southern, and northern was spelled with an uppercase N, so make sure you use back the same value, capital NORTHERN, right? And the action, choose assign a team to northern region sales team. Click create. We're going to repeat this two more other time because we have three different sales team, right? Delegate to central. When lead is from central, delegate to central sales team. So everything is the same. Event is contact updated. Status equals to qualify. Sales territory equals to central with the uppercase C. Assigned to sales team, central sales. Same thing again for the southern sales. Event is the same. Status equals to qualify. Sales territory equals to southern with an uppercase S, and assigned to team southern sales team. Click create, and that's it. You're done. So now we have changed. Let's recap what we have done. We have changed the question in the chatbot, and we have also changed the answer that the user replied from storing into purpose attribute. We have now stored it into the sales territory attribute. We have created the sales territory attribute, custom attribute. We have also changed the automation to trigger and delegate the leads to three separate sales teams. So now that will automatically work based on the location.